The Gina and Matty podcast.
I feel like today I'm going through a breakup.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been broken up with and my girlfriend's moved on. She's in Bali already.
Didn't see it coming.
Didn't see it coming. Been blindsided. I know that she's there with another guy, but he's not Facebook or Instagram official yet, but I just know that she's just... All right, so last night, trying to go to bed nice and early, get an early night in, and my phone starts going absolutely crazy, and this is to do with the news story that's rolling around today. It's the biggest story in rugby league, and I think Reggie the Rabbit is probably thanking Daly Cherry Evans because he's now out of the headlines for punching a Shark supporter in the head. And Daly Cherry Evans is now the headline in rugby league. The story is that he's no longer going to be a Sea Eagle after 2026. Now, he has been at the club for 15 years. He's won a premiership. He's our captain. He's a State of Origin halfback. He's a World Cup winner for Australia. And he's just an absolutely great human. Full credit to Daly Cherry Evans for what he's done in the last sort of 12 hours, coming out, getting on the front foot, putting an end to rumours. But this is how it started. So last night I'm in bed and then I hear that Michael Chalmers from 9 Radio and 9 Print is reporting this story.
This is huge news in rugby league. Manly captain Daly Cherry Evans has informed Seagulls management that he will not play on at the Seagulls in 2026. Now, Daly is yet to decide whether or not he will hang up the boots in 2026, but if he does play on, he has told the Seagulls it will not be at Manly.
Michael could have probably done that video when it wasn't in the bathroom, but he has... I was like, okay, that's just a journo reporting, but it seems pretty solid advice. They when they go that hard with a story of that sort of substance, you're like, okay, it must be pretty spot on. So I'm just like messaging people going, is this happening? And then all of a sudden on NRL 360 on Fox Sports with Braithen Astor and Gordon Tallis and a couple of journos there, they're live on air talking about how Ches is not going to be at Manly anymore. And then the Manly bosses, so the owner, Penn, and the CEO, Mestrov, have called Foxtel live on air and spoken to one of the producers, and this is what happened.
Breaking news, Mestrov and Penn have just contacted Fox League and said they're going to counter this with a 2-year offer, so they don't believe this is over. So Fairfax papers were reporting that he will move on at the end of this season, but now we've heard from the hierarchy at the Manly Seagulls live on air as we speak right now, saying they're going to counter this with a 2-year offer to DC. So this is far from over by the sounds of it.
This is just the way that it was just a crazy period of time, and I do have to preface that I am an employee of the Seagulls club as well. So I don't know what I can and can't say, but what I will say is Daly Cherry Evans is just the ultimate gentleman, and he cares more about the fans than most. When I do my post-match interviews with him at 4 Pines Park, he always tells the broadcast, so whether it's Channel 9 or Fox Sports or radio, that he's going to talk to me first, so the crowd and the fans get their first, they hear from him first, and then he'll go and do the TV
He's
stuff.
He's a good guy.
Which, doesn't happen that often, and it does all the producers' heads in. So that's on NRL 360, and then about an hour and a half later, he's appearing on Channel 9. So Cherry Evans was always going to be on Channel 9's 100% Footy to talk about it, and this is how the conversation started.
Yeah, well, based on sort of all of the reports last week, I felt like it was starting to become sort of pretty regular news and not news that I really enjoy. So I thought the best thing that I could do for the situation was to let everyone know where it's at and where it's been at for a while. So that was why, I felt like it was best after yesterday's game to come out and just openly say where it's at. And as I said, no more footy at Manly beyond this year. So definitely plays on a lot of emotions. Certainly hasn't been a decision that's made overnight, but I definitely feel a lot better for letting everyone know about it.
Right, so there he's saying it wasn't a decision that's been made overnight. So what we've learnt is that he started conversations in December about his future contract, which is up at the end of the year. Manly have said to him, well, we're going to wait and see if any other clubs table any offers, and no other clubs did, so Manly then didn't table an offer.
But no other club would have been expecting that he was an option, would they?
I highly... I think that is the case. So he was to me, I always imagined Daly Cherry Evans would be a Manly player for life.
Yeah.
But he's one of the best to ever pull on that jersey for the Sea Eagles. And now to think that he hasn't said whether or not he is going to retire or he's going to play on. He's leaving that decision to later in the year. But just to see him running around in what is being rumoured maybe a Dolphins jersey or a Roosters jersey, I can't imagine him doing that, but that could be the case. So he's on the show at Channel 9 and they've gone, well, hang on a minute. An hour ago, your bosses called live television and said they're going to offer you $1.5 million for 2 years, right, at the 11th hour.
And is that bigger money than he's ever had before?
No, he's been on. It is a pay cut. He famously signed a 10-year deal for $1 million a year 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a pay cut, but he is still one of the top 3 halfbacks in the competition. Yeah. So anyway, so they said to him, okay, Manly have come through now. I don't know why they didn't do it in December anyway, but they've come through now and said this is what they want to offer you, and this is what he said.
So, Daly, just to clear this up, so Danny breaks the news on 9 at the 6 p.m. bulletin tonight, and then there's apparently, according to some reports out there, a $1.5 million 2-year offer now on the table. Would you accept that if that is the case at the Manly Seagulls?
Look, and respectfully, no, because as I said, I've been sleeping on this decision since December. So, talking to my family, we're okay with the decision. We're at peace with it, and we understand that it's not going to make everyone happy. And there's going to be a lot of Manly fans that are really upset with this, but I understand that. But as a family and the friendship group, like I said, we've been aware of it for a while now, and now it's public and it'll be big news, and I get that, but we're content with the decision.
It is big news, and there are, like, in the fan groups, the Manly Warringah Seagulls supporters group on Facebook is going off. Like, and what the general consensus is here is everyone respects Ches for coming out and getting on the front foot, and hopefully that what this announcement does is then it just goes, okay, we can move on now. We know.
Yeah.
But gosh, it's messy.
Do you think some people are such super fans of his that they would change clubs and follow him wherever he goes? Or are Manly fans Manly no matter what?
I think when you're talking about rugby league fans, I think they're just club. They're club people.
Yeah,
When you see big signings maybe in the EPL and the Premier League and that, and maybe people do follow players more. The EPL's not a great line there either. But no, I just think people are going to be probably a bit angry at the club rather than Ches. And hopefully what this doesn't do is then derail Manly's season, because Manly, with a fully fit team, are a top 4 team and potentially could win a premiership this year. And an announcement like this, the week before we play the Wooden Spooners, Parramatta at home, who played the Bulldogs last week, and they started looking good in the second half. Hopefully this doesn't take the wind out of the sails and everyone's got a bit the tails between their legs. Yeah.
The Manly boys could be so like you're feeling, like crying, or will it put some wind in their sails and they go, no, let's do it for Ches. Do it for him.
Yeah, big story, and there's clearly more to it. I don't want to get in trouble with my employer, so I don't want to say too much more, but there's clearly more to it. So hopefully what this does is it sort of galvanises the team, and we, get up and about and can hopefully win one more premiership for Daly Cherry. As much as I know there's a lot of people listening going, bloody Manly, bloody Cherry Evans, another backflips on the way, who knows? But I don't know. It's a tough one for, I think even people who don't support Manly would feel for Manly supporters today.
I do. I absolutely feel, because you are one of my favourite people on the planet and you love them so much. And Rod's best mate, Matt, also loves them, and their daughter Jordan, who's in Japan right now, she will be crying, I know for sure, because Manly fans are big fans, right?
We bleed maroon and white.
You really do.
Yeah, big story, and I'm sure there is more to come.
Gina and Matty.
So we did this a few weeks ago where we were on the hunt for the best coffee on the coast, and it went officially bunter. Like, the socials exploded. We had so many of you call in, tell us where you reckon the best coffee is. The full list is up on star1045.com.au for you to check out. And now CJ's moved, and she has no cutlery.
Nope.
No crockery, because she's moved out of home for the first time.
I know.
Oh my God.
First time ever.
Adulting.
She's out of her Hello Kitty bed with the doona cover, and she's into her own house or unit. And so there's nothing in your house at the moment. You've got a mattress on the floor. That's
in the kitchen.
Pretty much, which is in the kitchen, which is pretty much it. So, and we know how much you love fish and chips. So we thought, it's only fair for the coast to get involved and give their opinion on where CJ should be going for the best fish and chips on the coast. Jay, you've got some suggestions?
I have got some suggestions. So, CJ, Terrigal Beach Fish and Chips, right opposite the car park. It's got a big sign on the top saying voted New South Wales best fish and chips.
Well,
Is that
we
the one
will
on the
see.
corner with the mural?
No, that one's good too. No, the one that's just under swells, like the first fish and chip shop as you drive down into Terrigal on your right.
All right.
You can get like a hot and cold platter. I
might do that one tonight.
That is very, very good.
about
very
tomorrow?
well rated. Well, look, if you want to go bougie, I've gone a bit bougie as well. The box out at Edelong, oh my God. So on the front of it, you can get your takeaway fish and chips, which is pretty fabulous and normal, but if you feel like being bougie, go inside and have a box grazing feast. Matty, you're going to like this. It's got octopus terrine, ceviche with local white fish with passion fruit, lime, chili, avocado puree and kumara chips, crispy pork belly bites, Waldorf salad, bavette steak, truffle smashed chats and dessert. That is their box grazing.
It sounds delicious, but it also sounds a little bit too high class for CJ, who's like a fish cocktails and maybe a crab stick here and there and a potato scallop.
If I'm lucky.
They also have that, and that one really rates well, and it's right on the water. So if you want to go like a bit more of a date and even get the takeaway and sit on the water there at Edelong, hang on a minute, they also do cocktails.
Oh, I'm in. Twist my arm.
All right, go through some of the online ones.
Well,
so we can get
okay,
this back.
so the salty cod at Baddo Bay, David said, Deborah, we said before, said her place. Adam has said munchies at Budgewoi. Tamika, the salty cod at Baddo Bay.
Ooh, a couple of votes.
Yeah, that's had a couple. Oh, and Maureen said that as well. That must be very good. Leanne has said Coastal & Co. takeaway up in Mannering Park. Yum. Ian just said San Remo, so there must just be a good one in San Remo somewhere. And Sue has said Eddie's takeaway at Berkeleyville. We've kind of covered all the coast there.
Hey, Dennis, how are you, buddy?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Really good, mate. Now, CJ needs a good fish and chip recommendation. What do you got for her?
Seabreeze Seafoods at Toukley.
Okay, now what makes
It is amazing.
Seabreeze? Now, that's near the car park in the Coles in Toukley.
Yeah, right near Coles, yeah.
What makes that one so good?
Oh, the calamari. The
Yeah.
calamari is amazing. They got garlic in their batter.
Ooh.
Oh, and not chewy, not when you take a bite. Sometimes you take a bite and you got to bite and bite. It's a bit like a rubber band. Not like that.
No, not like that. The chips are golden and crispy.
I was talking about the chips before. When you're getting a good fish and chip, I don't care what makes it so golden and yellow, but I want my chips to be super yellow and super crunchy.
And with
Yep,
chicken salt.
Definitely.
Gina and Matty.
Gina Jeffries.
You've got some... Oh, yeah, I love this one.
To you.
Some birthday music.
Week. Okay, so it is your birth week.
Yeah, so today's the countdown till 7 days until my birthday. And I do the countdown. Actually, I started the countdown a month ago with my boys.
Oh, my God, birth month.
When it was the 1st of March, I said, you know what today is, don't you? And they both look at me blankly. And I go,
Gosh, what have we forgotten? Is it birthday, anniversary? Oh, my God.
a month till my birthday.
So they forgot nothing, really.
No, they forgot that it was a month to my birthday. So I have always, because I live with boys. Boys are just generally sometimes, the ones I live with, not as thoughtful as some girls might be, I think.
Is this a milestone birthday?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
All right. So
No,
what are you
would,
expecting?
if it had a big zero on the end, you would know about that
But, like,
one.
what do you expect a month out from them?
Just them to be thinking about it and preparing, saving.
Okay.
So I thought I'd take this opportunity because I'm on the radio that I could just let them know what it is that I want because I'm very specific with what I want. So traditionally in the past, I have been known to buy my own presents and wrap them really nicely myself. And then I put my foot down and I said, all right, I'll buy them, but I'm not wrapping them. And then I put my foot down again. I said, all right, I'll buy them. I'm not wrapping them and I'm not buying a birthday card.
Okay, yeah.
So boys, come on, go. There's some mums out there who've got boys who feel my pain. So this year I want to be very specific with what I want and let the boys take it from there. I mean, I've hit that age where a cancelled plan gets me really excited. So I don't want to do anything too big that, too late because it's a school night for us next Tuesday. But I never thought in a million years that I would love gardening so much. And Bunnings, like honestly, if you want to get to my heart, say let's go and have a coffee at Bunnings and we can have a little walk around anywhere. On Mitre 10 as well. Love Mitre 10. I don't mind. I just love to look at garden stuff. Now, I think, Rod, if you're listening, and Jackie, I do want a beautiful fake plant that looks real inside next to my new mirrors.
Okay, you're not asking for too much. That's okay. Fake plant's good.
Well, they're more expensive than the real ones. If they're good, yeah, they could be. Because they need to look real, but it's hard to keep them alive when they're inside. So I need a really good one for inside, quite big. That's going to be a bit expensive. But I do want for outside some tropical plants. Like, I'm very Pacific with this.
Okay, yeah. What sort of tropical plant are you after?
I'm after palm trees, mate.
Bird of paradise?
Yes. See, you know, you understand, you get me.
Yeah.
Bird of paradise.
I'm not getting you a bird of paradise, just so you know.
No, you
but I get you.
Yeah. And anything that's tropical, anything that looks like it's from Queensland to remind me of where I come from.
Oh, like a Bundy rum tree.
If that's such a thing. Yes, so boys.
Okay.
Maybe, Matt, a lime tree. You know why I would like a lime tree?
Yeah, tequila.
Margaritas.
Yeah,
a lime tree would be nice. And even maybe, because I spend quite a bit of time weeding, one of those
gummies.
little...
The different. Sorry, no, I've lost train of thought. Yep.
Pulling the weeds out of the garden.
Yep.
Maybe a little knee mat, because it hurts. It hurts your knees.
What? No, you know what you need? I have seen them, and I don't know if it's like these late night advertorials where I've come home at a ridiculous time and I've turned on the telly and I'm eating a kebab, and then there's a woman putting on these like knee pads, and then she goes out in the garden with a little trowel and she's just permanently attached on the knees to do the gardening.
That says love.
Do I need to email Rod and go, Gina wants knee pads? And he'll be like, absolutely. Let me go to the shop right now.
The knee pads.
Kim from Charm Haven's on the line. Hi, Kim.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, Kim. I'm good. Why are you calling up?
You're the same birthday as me.
1st of April.
1st of April, April Fool's Day.
Does everybody always go, your birthday's on the 1st of April? Do they say that to you?
Yes, they say, who was the biggest fool, you or your mother?
Exactly. And you know what I say to them?
It's good gear.
Do they remember any of your other friends' birthdays? All of our friends, Kim, can remember our birthdays because it's a special day that's very memorable.
That's correct. What time were you born?
3:00 in the afternoon, I think. What time were you born?
10 past midnight.
Oh, you only just snuck in to be the April Fool's birthday. And are you specific with what you want for your presents, or do you just let people get you whatever they think?
I just let them get whatever they think.
Oh, no, I can't do that. I tried that for a few years.
I've got to the age now where it doesn't really worry me.
Oh, I haven't hit that yet then.
I love the fact that Gina's like, does everyone remember because it's April Fool's? No, not everyone doesn't remember because it's April Fool's. It's because you remind them a month out, a week out, and then you're just constantly dropping hints.
Okay, here's some more hints.
Okay.
A retractable hose, how would that be? That would be, I want a retractable hose because one of the things that brings me great joy is watering. Kim, do you get great joy from watering the garden?
Oh, yes, I do. And at the moment, I'm sitting in the rain, so we've got plenty of rain and I don't have to worry about it.
And I love it when it rains because I think to myself, I haven't got to go out and garden this afternoon. And you know what else I want, Matty?
What?
Like, if Rod's still listening,
he's
massage, breakfast, dinner, wine, new clothes from
Okay.
maybe a dick.
The Gina and Matty podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.